right, and they were on their feet. I'm really happy for her. That is, as you might imagine, former Polish coach giving her a hug there, who's been taken in by the Americans to increase their coaching knowledge.
Just again pulled her onto her toes, but managed to recover this time. You've got to stay on the platform and you have to lower the bar onto the platform.
Goricheva of Kazakhstan next to up here. Originally posted 98 kilos for her opener, but has pushed the bar up to 102 kilos. So once again, the message is that warm-up has gone okay. And Goricheva, runner-up in the Universiade, and she's right on the kilos that she contributed to a total of 227 in Kazan last July.
She originally posted 98, so 4 kilo increase here. She must be in good shape.
Hopefully. It hasn't been a perfect season. She's had a couple of competitions where she's failed to total.
She's going to at least get the first half underway. Very confident lifting. Looks like she didn't hear the down signal then.
And Goricheva comes off to get her notes from Alexei Neve there, head coach. He's always carrying that shoulder bag, Alexei Neve. I'm wondering whether he's got the Kazakh team fortune in that bag. So Romela Begay for Albania. Really struggled just before the Europeans. She was coming back from injury, and with only 2 successful lifts, but 2 lifts that ultimately earned her the bronze medal at 58 kilos. But then she moved up to the Mediterranean Games to this category and got another bronze.
Well, I hope you can see a replay from the side rather than overhead on this one. You'll be able to see that she just lifted her bum up as it came off the floor, sent her onto her toes. So hard to recover from there. Most lifts are won or lost right from the start. Bar was always out in front.
So there are other lifters out there. I wonder what they're going to do with the bar here. Begay, 103 kilos. Well, she's got time enough to recover, because out on the stage comes the representative of the People's Republic of Korea, and their choir has turned up yet again. Flags waving, 40, 50 of them. Superb support for this woman who took a silver in the Asian Championships this year. And again, starting on the mark that she finished on in the snatch phase of that particular competition.
Sign that she's making good progress then. Absolutely nailed that first attempt.
Indeed, and another lifter who is moving up from 58 to 63 kilos, and another lifter who only managed 2 lifts in getting that silver medal in the Asian Championships. So you can see that someone like Milka Maneva, with 3 good lifts, will keep herself in touch and will perhaps profit.
Well, we should be seeing her after this lift. Natasha Novikova.
Yeah, representing Belarus, world champion in Paris on the eve of the London Olympic Games, but that was at 58 kilos. Yet another lifter moving up, Olympic bronze medalist in Beijing at 53 kilos. She's been a prolific achiever for Belarus.
Yeah, really increasing in body weight though, 53, now up to 63 category.
Well, she's done that over 5 years.
Still a big increase. She's not exactly tall for this category. Very short, very stocky, but, you know, perfect levers again for the sport. Obviously decided that dieting is not for her. That's the kind of angle we want to see there. Great position all the way through the lift, sitting very straight at the bottom.
Romela Begaj, Albania. Segnetem drugie podejście.
So Romela Begaj has got to come out, and immediately under pressure because of the first failure. I noticed this at the Europeans, and I really don't like the face slapping. I know you're going to explain it in a different way.
David, when you've got a lifter that's just been sat in the back there for 2 or 3 minutes waiting for their turn, it's so easy to switch off. And a quick slap, whether it's on the shoulders, around the cheeks, legs, whatever, really does fire you up. Gets that adrenaline going.
Well, the hips were so far behind, and you can't chase the bar like that, and she's now under real pressure. No, I take your point. I don't mind the slap on the shoulders, the back, or anything like that. I'm just saying, find another way than hitting the face.
A squeeze of the ears is good. Yeah, it's each to their own. It's what they respond to, and if that's how she responds, then whatever it takes. It's not like they're coming in here and they're giving a massive wallop. It's nothing more than a boost of adrenaline.
To be honest, I mean, both at IWF level and European level, it really, we've asked them to outlaw that sort of activity. Find another way.
You don't make the same comments about the guys, though.
No, we don't make the same comments about the men. But strangely enough, there isn't as much of that activity that you see compared to the women. Nonetheless, there you can see the order at the moment, but still worth mentioning that Tima Tureyeva of Russia yet to start, Deng Mengrong of China yet to start, and Begaj under real pressure now because nobody else wants 103 kilos, and she's on her own out here. And this, of course, would only put her up into second place. Jo Hok Hyang of People's Republic of Korea leading with 103, but Begaj, even if she gets this, won't go into the lead because she's that bit heavier.
That was better. Still has to take a step forwards, though. She had to dig deep for that one. Well deserved.
Well, this is deja vu for me because you might remember in Tirana in the European Championships, she's really an athlete who gives her coaches heart attack and heart flutters. And of course, she's got the 103 to stay alive in the overall competition, but her aspirations have been limited. She would have been looking to get the 103, build at least to 105, and then possibly 107 or 108.
Yeah, I've seen her looking a lot more confident than that. That really was a shame to see, but she dug deep, and she's still in the competition.
Now, Tima Tureyeva for Russia. From the south of the country, close to North Ossetia. Junior European champion 2 seasons ago. That was at 69 kilos. She's now reverted to 63 kilos, where she won the junior world title 2 seasons ago.
Super strong, like a teammate yesterday, very strong in the upper body. These Russians address the training slightly differently, do spend a lot of emphasis on working upper body. I can't understand why, to be honest. Okay for stability overhead, but you don't need the biceps, you don't need the triceps here. You need everything in lower back, glutes and legs.
But unlike her teammate Shadrina, who was fortuitous last afternoon or last evening in the women's 58 kilo competition at the age of 31, Tureyeva only 19. So Deng Mengrong, absolutely the lightest of the class.
Got good extension, but wasn't a powerful extension. You really do have to generate as much upward momentum on that bar as you possibly can, and China coming a little unstuck in the last few categories.
Jumping
back as well, that might be what cost her.
Yeah, we sort of in a funny sort of way, Michaela, we've come to expect, haven't we? You know, Chinese athlete to go out and do 1, 2, 3, no bother, no problem.
Well, it's nice to see they're human as well. The Chinese are here to be shot at this competition. Everybody's trying to knock them off the top spot, but the Chinese are staying composed, staying focused, and generally executing in most categories.
But she's, you know, every child. I mean, you can accept one slip up, but
you can just see here the weight card. So on there, the lifters put down the weights that they want to take. They have 2 opportunities to increase those weights each time a signature is needed.
So this for the lead, her second attempt, 105. It's what she posted. One thing we've noted with the Chinese all the way through these championships so far, they stick to their plan.
Well, that was a lot better. Shame she couldn't have nailed that one on the first attempt. That was much more confident.
Well, as I said in the introductions, 113 kilos in the national games.
Maybe almost came out a little complacent, maybe, from the warm-up. Great angle to look at. Extended, threw her shoulders back a fraction, but jumped backwards to compensate. Absolutely in the groove when she received that. Looks effortless.
So Goricheva up to 106 kilos. Yopok Yang proposing to come back with a 5 kilo increase on 108. Turieva looking for a 5 kilo increase to 110. And here's Novikova with a 3 kilo increase. Remember, she's got a terrific record, but 63 kilos is a new adventure for her.
Well, I love the speed. She really is in new territory here, having not shifted these kind of weights before in competition. Extra body weight has done her the world of good. Yeah, threw the shoulders back, jumped back, left the bar out in front. I've always had a criticism of how close her hands are on the snatch. I guess with having such short levers, that's where she needs to be.
But in her time, European champion, world champion, Olympic bronze medal. And there, the state of play, you can see Deng with that recovery on the second attempt, putting her ahead there by that considerably lighted her body weight over the Russian. And it's going to be Novikova to come back out here on 106 kilos. Goricheva's gone to 107. Yopok of North Korea at 108. Turieva at 110. Deng at 108 at the moment.
What's the best way to...
She probably felt like she was running out of room on the platform to steady herself then. Well, that's a real shame. Did all the hard work.
Yeah, I'm sort of slightly shocked about that, because I was thinking, what a really good recovery, and then how does she manage not to complete that? Well, let's have a look. Now she's going to walk forward there. You can see the 4-meter platform. She actually still has some room.
Yeah, shoulders just went. Shoulders came out of lock.
Yeah.
Oh, there they go. Just wonder if she's going to stay at 63. I think she's probably better suited as a 58 lifter.
Well, if they're going to experiment, this is the year in which to do it.
And you get the gains as well, training heavy.
So Goricheva for Kazakhstan back on the stage for her second attempt, and this is a 5 kilo improvement that she's looking for here, and this would be a personal best. She lifted 104 in the Asian Championships, and there it is, a kilo to the good.
Looking to the scoreboard. You don't ever look to the scoreboard as a lifter. If in doubt, come off and give it, punch the air, show that you think you've got it. If the referees are in doubt, you've at least got half a chance of convincing them it's a good lift. Very comfortable lift.
Lexi doesn't change, does it? It doesn't matter, man or woman, lightweight, heavyweight, doesn't matter. He's
passionate.
He's passionate. Now, Yopok Huang, and here's a improving lifter, 20 years of age. Now this is 5 kilos up on her previous personal best.
You'd expect it, having increased 5 kilos in body weight as well. Oh, just on her toes there, really couldn't pull it back onto her heels. Puts a tremendous amount of strain on the shoulders when trying to fight it.
Pozostawiamy 108 i seria podejść trzeci. China, 7-10.
Well, no one's running away with this.
No, it's very close to. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lifters still in the competition. 4 lifters all, well, I say 4, yeah, 4 all calling roughly the same weight. So it's going to be very, very close for the medals here.
Now Deng, she got 105, now she's looking for 108, so actually being quite conservative.
Maybe a sensible call there. That's a great call from the Chinese. I think it's important to stay in contention and not gamble everything. Yes, she's well capable of more, we know that, but maybe today, condition that she's feeling, 108 I think was a sensible call.
Yeah, potentially she's got a clean and jerk of 138, so they may feel that, as you rightly say, to keep her in touch, and then she can come and try and damage the rest of the field in the second half. So the bar going up a kilo, but surely not going to stay there for Yopok Huang for too long. Can't believe it. She's going. Oh, right. She is, of course, taking the extra kilo because she took the extra time whilst the Chinese lifter was on the stage. So
she's also heavier than Deng of China, therefore needs this extra kilo to go for a medal. This will guarantee her a medal now, if successful. If not, Deng is guaranteed at least a bronze.
Still got Turieva of Russia alive in the competition, and Goricheva. So
she's got it. That pushes China out. Well, I say it pushes China out of the medals. China's still there at the moment. 2 lifters left to have the opportunity to take the medals. This is going to be so close. Every lift counts now, David.
So the People's Republic of Korea go into first place now in the snatch phase. Down into second, Deng Meng Rong, but currently in third place, Goricheva on 107 versus Timur Turieva of Russia, and it's Turieva to take her second attempt. This is a 5 kilo increase, and of course this would zoom her right into the lead. And 21 years of age, potentially one of their lifters for the future.
Very confident lifting.
Podejście zaliczone i medal w tej chwili już pewnie za prowadzenie w tej chwili.
Yeah, workmanlike. So she takes the lead. She's got one more attempt here.
Great extension, very fast into receiving position, sits lovely and straight. Very technically proficient.
Stop the clock. Zatrzymujemy zegar. 111 koledzy. Policzyła goes up. But the same lifter.
So Kazakhstan to respond, puts the bar to 111 kilos. Now, body weight may come into play here, and the Russian is lighter than the Kazakh lifter. So Goricheva just focusing on what she thinks she can do without worrying about what the Russian might do. Currently, she's out of the medals in 4th place, so she needs to make this. This is a big personal best for her. This is 7 kilos up on anything she's previously lifted in this division. And that failure has cost her the medal, and it's kept Deng Mengrong in the medals as a result of that. Deng Mengrong on 108 kilos. Tadeva of Russia on 110. And splitting them, of course, the Korean Jo Pok Yang. But now, Tadeva, having got 110 kilos, is the winner of the snatch. Now it's a question of putting on an extra couple of kilos to try and give her a little bit of a cushion going into the second half. But in terms of posted clean and jerk openers, she's right up there in the mix with the big weights there around the 130 kilo mark, so this would be very helpful.
She's in a nice position here, having already secured the gold, but any additional lead you can get is always welcome.
This is definitely going to stretch her.
Oh, she's on her toes, fighting to stand up. Great effort. 3 out of 3, David. Gold medal.
Yeah, gold medal with a little bit of an icing, because remember, at 61.58 she is the second lightest of the class, so she's got that in her favour as well. 3 good lifts and a deserved lead of a couple of kilos at the halfway stage. In fact, that lead of 112 is 3 better than Jo Pok of the People's Republic of Korea, and 4 better than Deng Mengrong of China.
Sat into such a deep position there. See that position from the front, see how close she was to bum touching the floor. She must have been pretty close.
Well, very interesting, isn't it, Michaela? Are we looking at someone who is, she's certainly a rising star, but there you can see the figures there, and you can see why she's at the top. 3 completed lifts, and you've got to go all the way down to 8th place to Milka Maneva to see another athlete who actually completes the set. So Jo Pok with 3 kilos to make up, and Deng with 4 to find, and then with 5 to find, Karina Goricheva of Kazakhstan, and then with 9 to find, Romela Begay, just getting that last 3rd attempt for Albania. And realistically, all of these lifters, well, it would be a seismic shock if any of these came through, to be honest, to trouble the leaders.
Well, you can see Emily Godley there, lifted for Great Britain earlier in the B group. 82 snatch, was very comfortable. 85, just lacking today. Hopefully we'll see her coming back stronger for future events.
Pani Dominika przez wiele lat trenowała, uprawiała podnoszenie ciężarów, no a przychodzi w każdego.
So about 8 minutes to the start of the snatch phase. Another chance to have a look at
sukcesy, ale
Tima.
jest to najbardziej utytułowana zawodniczka w historii Mistrzostw Polski seniorek, 4-krotna wicemistrzyni Europy seniorek, brązowa medalistka w tychże mistrzostwach, 3-krotna wicemistrzyni świata juniorek.
Very interesting, Michaela, to not only to watch this young woman for the rest of today, but also to see where she might go to over the next couple of seasons.
Yeah, it's interesting. She's come down from 69, right on the money there, right on her personal best.
3 times.
It's in Poland for the World Weightlifting Championships. Incredible strength and determination on show as the irons pumped in 15 categories. How many records will tumble in the big push for gold? World Weightlifting Championships, every day, live on Eurosport 2.
...117 kilos on the bar for her first attempt. And again, given her past record of achievement, you've got to say that this is pretty modest, and she should really get this without any fuss.
This is 17 kilos below her personal best. Personal best of 134. This really is very conservative by her own standards. Well, okay, we remember we had... No, she's not got it. Remember we had problems with her elbow lock on the snatch. That was evident there again. The good thing was there was no movement in the elbow. The problem is she couldn't stand still. You've got to stand still, be under control before the referees give you the down signal. And she quite simply wasn't just then. Dropped it too early.
Indeed.
Clean was easy.
Just to add to what Michaela's already said, I mean, she lifted 125 kilos in the Pan Americans, and she won that title this year, so she's clearly under pressure. And that Pan American Championship was back in June. She's had time.
Just wondering if she's rehabbing an elbow injury there. It's actually strapped on the inside. She's got some blue tape on it, kinesio tape. So I'm just wondering whether it's been giving her a bit of trouble. You never know, she may have had other niggles, other problems which may be hampering her preparation and performance, hence why her best lifts are down here today. But she's wasted quite a lot of energy now on that first attempt, needs to really compose herself. The clock is on 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining.
And she needs another good lift here to earn herself a total. She'd be really unhappy. I can see the coach working with her, but this needs to be the full-on effort here.
Yeah,
I think she'll be in real trouble if she doesn't make it this time.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's something going on there with that elbow. You can see the coach just having a play with it. I don't know whether it's a tricep or not. The taping goes right up into her upper arm. She's got to put that out of her mind now. Give this lift everything she's got. As previous, the clean very strong. Stand still this time. And she does.
And waits for the buzzer.
She's going to be kicking herself why she didn't do that on the first attempt.
Just a reminder, that's it in the B group earlier in the day. It was Irina Jimenez-Smith from Venezuela who totaled the best of the rest that competed at that time with 122 kilos. And you can see Palomac here, even with this success, he's left on 210 and is going to get beaten by the B group winner.
Wyższa 120, proszę, 120. Romela Begaj, piąta w porwaniu. Wykona podejście pierwsze. 120, Romela Begaj.
Well, Romela Begaj coming out on 120 kilos. It wasn't by any means, Michaela, a happy first half. Just got that snatch, the third attempt, 103, and I wonder whether this is going to be a replica of the Europeans when she just gets one snatch, just gets one clean and jerk.
Well, instead of oozing confidence, her body language is oozing anxiety here today. He really doesn't look to be the confident lifter that I've seen in the past. Has to work hard. Traditionally very strong overhead. She's in the competition, she can relax a little, hopefully now enjoy the rest of it and see how far she can push herself.
Takes her to 223. And 223 means that she goes into first place in the total, but only third in the clean and jerk, because the best clean and jerk was 122 kilos. And now Baya Rama for Mongolia. 99 kilos, really gutsy third attempt to stay alive. Now she needs 121 kilos here to achieve a total. Not bad.
She's in the competition, she has a total. That's a great start.
Yeah, clearly much more comfortable at this, in a sense, technically more forgiving lift.
Yeah, because there's two movements to it, the bar does not have to travel so far during each movement. There is a fraction more room for error. See the clean, very, very strong, really good leg strength, drives the bar to arm's length.
220. Has completed the Mongolian lifter in the Olympic Games. More of that when we see her again, but this is Milka Manevo. At the moment, it's got the perfect record, 3 out of 3, opening up here on 122.
Soft again at the bottom, moving the hands wider, less distance for the bar to travel overhead. Well, that's 9 kilos below her absolute best. So she's obviously not in the best form of her life, but she's coming here, she's working hard. Just holding on to her back there, hopefully she's okay. She's a practical joker as well, David. We'll wind the coaches up a treat.
Yeah, actually, I've got her 11 kilos short of her personal best, which she did in London when she was at the Olympic Games. She did a 233 total. So, but that's sort of basically.
I had it down as a 131, so
it's not that important at this stage. But this is. So the bar up, and it's up by 5 kilos. Now this is quite an ask, because on the face of what we've seen, surely this is a bit optimistic. But I hope she proves me wrong.
Because of the problem she has there on the right elbow, not being able to fully extend it, it does put a bit of a spin on the bar, which can be difficult to control overhead.
But credit to her. She's done that. She's taken her total up to 215.
She doesn't look happy though.
She aspired to get 225, so she's fallen short by 10 kilos. Entry total was just that, 225. She finishes on 215. She's currently in second place in the clean and jerk, 4th overall, but will be dropping down the order pretty quickly. Mongolian lifter on the left and the American representative on the right, and there's Milka Maneva.
Well, Milka Maneva having a bit of a joke there. Didn't know she was aware that her name had been called, but she's obviously, the coaches are in control. They put the weight up.
Well, they put it up for the American actually at the moment, and he was trying to close her eyes, keep herself in the zone. Now she's noisy enough when she goes up on the stage, trying to fire herself up here.
She's American.
Well, this time arguably a little more focused. 125 kilos for her opener. Brought forward exactly 100 kilos from the first part. So this would give her a total of 225, which would be 5 kilos above her entry total.
Really buried her at the bottom. Oh, she's going to be... Goodness me, that's going to be close, David. I thought I saw movement in her left elbow.
So did I. Well, now it's just up to the jury, really, isn't it? If they are satisfied with that referee's decision.
Well, they're asking the questions. I think they're happy with that decision. The line of the bar, very good extension, kept the bar very close to her, just hit her hard at the bottom, so she mistimed the drive. Little unsteady in the shoulders, did well to recover.
Romela Begay now out for her second attempt. 5 kilo increase again to take it to 228.
Come on, where are the legs today? She needs to dig deep on this third attempt.
Well, it's exactly what I was suggesting a few moments ago, Gaylor, that she needed the first one because I was seriously worried about her getting second and third attempts here. And her statistics recently haven't really suggested that she's absolutely in command of what she's doing.
It just looks to be a different lifter to me. I'm used to seeing her laughing and joking, being full of confidence, and it's just not there today.
Maneva out for her second attempt, bar at 125. So 3 kilo increase. Once again, well measured, well planned.
Dropped her chest, did well to stand. Jerk, always consistent. Great lifting for Milka. And 25, second attempt. It's 5 out of 5, 1 to go. How much further can she push herself?
So blot on her copybook is the fact that she lost 4 years of her career for taking an illegal substance. It was that awful year of the Bulgarians, more than 12 of them actually written off, and she's had to come back from that.
Not only does it devastate the sport, it devastates the whole team. It really is unforgivable. Drug abuse at this level.
125 kilos, Begay, third and final attempt. She's got a total. She's got 2 good lifts.
Needs to stand straight away.
No, it's exactly where she was in the Europeans, although in the Europeans it was a 58 kilo bronze medal that she got. Here, no rewards for that, and the Albanians, well, pretty disappointed because she is their leading female lifter.
Goes up next time. Podwyższa. 126 pozostaje. 126. Namkhedor, Bayarma, Mongolia.
So the bar going to 126. And again, this is a 5 kilo increase for Bayarma from Mongolia. Namkhedor. Bayarma, Namkhedor. Now, can she follow up here and get these extra 5 kilos? If she does, she takes the lead in the clean and jerk at this moment in time. I have to say, her coach's expression has stayed the same all the way through this competition.
Oh, dear me.
Now, that was not in her mind at all. That's a real disappointment. And in a funny way, I really didn't expect that from her.
No, that's a psychological barrier. Quite a lot of athletes do face this at times during their career. I've had it myself. It can be a real issue to overcome. If you get to a certain weight, you've got to believe that you've got the capability of dropping under it. If you don't believe it, that's when you're risking hurting yourself. You can't half commit to these kind of weights. You've got to be fully in or forget it. Which I think on that day she said forget it.
So here's Milka Maneva. Fifth in the Olympics in London was a really good performance by her. And whatever we say about the past here, she at this moment, Michaela, is looking for 6 out of 6.
Well, she may not be in the shape that she was in London, but she's come out here with a great game plan. She's working to her limits today. 6 out of 6. Outstanding lifting.
Yeah, because that was only a kilo up, but she knew, and her coaches knew, exactly where she was at this moment on the road to Rio, which is ultimately in the mind of all these lifters.
The next lifter is Karina Goricheva, Kazakhstan.
Now, already out on the stage. Well, she pulled it out of the fire in the snatch phase. Remember, she went from 95 failure to 99 success.
So hard to overcome a mental barrier like this, though.
Come on. Well, I'm disappointed for her because 220 is where she ends up, and I say that because in Paris a couple of years ago in the World Championships before the Olympic Games, I mean, she clean and jerked 125 kilos. It's a long way to come from Ulaanbaatar, and suddenly for the lights to go out and you just lose it. But that's the way it happens sometimes. Goricheva for Kazakhstan. Now this is interesting in the sense that she was in 4th place at the halfway stage. She's posted 127 kilos for this first attempt, and that is 4 kilos up on what she originally posted. So she's trying to stay in contention for the overall medals. Needs this one. That's a pretty straightforward clean, and that's strong overhead. Good enough for you?
Yep, I think we're going to see a few more kilos coming her way in the next few minutes. That looked very comfortable, very, very strong.
And again, I would say they're pretty well managed by her and the coaching team.
Kazakhstan really are producing some great lifters in these recent years. Technically fairly sound as well.
Under a cloud though, Michaela, because we don't know names, but we heard at the Congress that more than a dozen Kazakh athletes are at the moment under investigation, let me put it that way.
Wow. And what do? They pay a fine and they get away with it. The athletes themselves will be banned, but the federation will be in the clear. Unbelievable. The rules specify, I think it's 3 athletes in any year, and the whole federation gets banned.
And that could cost $500,000, but
if you can pay your way out of it, it doesn't really set a precedent, does it? Geraldine of the States there, just unsuccessful with that second attempt. Worked hard on the clean.
Did you feel that was all a little rushed?
A little bit there, yeah. The jerk, I think, maybe needed to take a split second longer to steady herself. You see the back rounded. Worked hard though. She dipped, her hips came backwards from the bar. That's going to bring the back leg straight. Bar goes forward.
So still to start, as you look at the current state of play, Yopok Hwang for the People's Republic of Korea, not due to appear until the bar reaches 135 kilos. And then there are 3 other lifters, Tima Tureva of Russia, 130, Nastasia Novikova, 130, and Deng Meng Rong of China, 133. So we're a long way at this moment. You can see there Emily Godley again getting the first attempt for Great Britain, but then missing out on those second and third attempts at 107. It was her birthday yesterday, and I think we were all hoping that she would have a bigger present than, you know, just 2 successes.
Yeah, I'm hopeful that she's going to put it together now going forwards. Commonwealth Games will probably be the next big focus in her mind next summer in Glasgow. Watch this space. We'll hopefully see her on the big stage there.
Now, here comes the American. She's on 225 kilos. I mentioned earlier that that's 5 kilos above her entry total, so that is a good piece of work already. 63 kilos. It's a category which she's now getting used to, along with her new representation for the United States. Now, come on, stands up. It's a tough clean. More measured this time. Believe.
Well, I think if we can see that from the side, we'll see the same problem as she dipped. Hips came behind the bar. There's only one way that bar's going if you do that. Worked hard though, got to give her that much.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. I think that is Mr. Szapinski from Poland, who used to be part of the very successful coaching team here, but there are jobs for coaches all around the world these days. But they say that she's a hard trainer, she's very dedicated, and certainly she's earned her place in this A final today, but currently finds herself in 3rd place overall and 3rd in the clean and jerk. Now, Novikava. Now, you made the observation after the snatch phase, because again, here's a lifter trying a new weight category, that maybe she'd be much more comfortable at 58 kilos. Let's make the judgment after we've seen these 3 clean and jerk attempts.
I stand by my judgment, David. Looking at the build on her at the moment, I think she's too big for this group. She doesn't need to be this big.
First attempt, 130 on the bar. Stand still, feet have got to be in line.
No, she hasn't got it. Goodness me. That's a big setback and a big frustration. That bar went up so easily. Clean was easy, the jerk was easy, just couldn't quite stand still. Coach is asking what went wrong. I think she just shrugged the shoulders and said, I don't know. Very fast, very dynamic.
Just is unable to stop. Feet have to stop, they have to be in line, which they weren't anyway, and she put the bar down before the buzzer.
She looks so comfortable with that. One thing I will give her credit for is the increase in body weight has also resulted in a massive increase in strength.
Now the bar going to 132, and this is for Tima Fedayeva of Russia. Originally she was going to come out at 130, but again things look to have gone.
It's 115 kilos we're seeing on the bar.
And that was for Kwok Jo Pok Kwang of the People's Republic of Korea, but here's the Russian. Now remember, she carries a 3 kilo advantage, and she's the second lightest of the class.
Just using the resin that is next to the chalk bin there to give a little bit of extra grip on her feet.
Half a minute.
Well, that's the most dynamic jerk we've seen this afternoon.
And worth remembering again that she was a very successful 63 kilo lifter, but then for 2012 moved up to 69 kilos, now has come back down to 63 kilos. She was the junior world champion 2 years ago. Might she one day be the world champion? Could it even be today?
Oh, she's in a fighting chance. holding the lead by 3 kilos at the moment after the snatch. That was a very solid opening attempt, and I think the other lifters in the warm-up room, if they'd seen that, would be a bit worried right now.
Yes, because Jo Pok Hwang of People's Republic of Korea, she's posted 135, but remember she's 3 kilos down and she's heavier than the Russian. So there's got to be some very careful calculations here. And as far as Deng Mengrong is concerned, she's 4 kilos down, but she is a little bit lighter. And the bar's gone to 133. There she is.
Well, her name's been called. There's 45 seconds left on the clock.
Well,
they only have until 30 seconds. They've got to change the weight before the clock gets to 30 seconds, or they will be forced to come out on this weight. This could be a spanner in the works.
Oh, he's too late, isn't he? He's too late. There was too much discussion time.
Let's go.
Too much there.
25 seconds.
Now that's unusual. The Chinese don't mess it up that often, but that was a complete mess. Too much talk.
She's got time. She won't take too long on the bar. 15 seconds now. Quick look at the clock. She knows how long she's got. She'll take every second that she can.
All credit to her if she does this. 6-5.
Drives out. Just adjusting the hands, that's allowed. Well, super composure there, under pressure.
Yeah.
I reckon the coaches were going to increase her weight, but they ran out of time, so she's had to come out and take this weight. Not the game plan she wanted.
Well, she's certainly kept herself on track, and she's saved the faces of the coaches there.
She had, and Novikova of Belarus took that 130 sorry, looking at the wrong lifter. Turieva of Russia took that 132 on her first attempt. No messing, she's gone straight to 137 for a second.
So Goricheva, Kazakhstan, now taking a 5 kilo increase, which would take her up to 239. Now this would keep her in 3rd place in the total, and it would put her in 2nd place in the clean and jerk. $15 seconds.
No, she's not going to get that. Oh, goodness me.
Oh.
Not only did the elbow go, that sent her off sideways, but the legs nearly buckled underneath her as well. You've got these kind of weights overhead, you really don't want to be rolling an ankle. The weightlifting shoes themselves are fairly solid, fairly stiff, quite rigid, and they're there to protect the ankles to make sure that you can land in a solid position. You wouldn't want to lift in trainers with these kind of weights.
Now just look what happens here. This is very close to big trouble.
Left elbow's unlocked. Oh, see the ankle nearly went then.
I think Alexi's living in a different world at the moment.
She did well to get out of the way of that one. Interestingly now, Deng of China has increased the weight to 138. She cannot mess around now. She's got to increase the weight. She's got to try and close that gap on the Russian. This is going to be so close.
Meanwhile, Jo Pok Hwang of the People's Republic of Korea about to come out here. Now her personal best is 133. She's going for 135. This is her opener. And remember, she's trying to catch up 3 kilos on Turieva of Russia. So this would put her first in the clean and jerk. It would put her into 2nd place in the total. So these are big lifts coming up now. All of these lifters now very close to the edge.
Just struggling with the strapping on her hands there. That strapping is there to stop the thumbs ripping. Very strong. No. Well, that was an attempt to close the lead by 2 kilos, but Unsuccessful in her first attempt.
Yeah, she's still, in that respect, also got the disadvantage of being heavier than the Russian. But those two failures now have given some breathing space, certainly to Turieva of Russia and perhaps Deng Menrong. But Deng Menrong, I have to say, you know, she's going to perhaps go for 138, which is the amount that she lifted in the national games. Meanwhile, Novikova coming out for 135. So she's put the bar up 5 kilos from her first failure. This is her second attempt.
Well, her first lift, if you remember, she staggered forwards, couldn't quite steady herself, but the lift was easy. Works a bit harder on the clean.
And she's gone much more quickly to the jerk.
She stands still for sure that time. Not sure about the oscillation on the bar.
So Novikova, who was 6 kilos off the, and in fact 9 kilos off the lead at the halfway stage.
Well, she at least wants a medal on the clean and jerk here. If not, overall, she's going to be doing everything she possibly can to close that gap further.
She's gone into third place, and currently, in addition to being behind in the sense that she's heavier than Turieva, well, she's also got to find 6 kilos more in her third and final attempt. But now, Zhou Pot Huang, what can she do with this 135? This would give her 244, and if she had 244, she would go into second place by virtue of her heavier body weight, but she'd be on the same kilos as the Russian.
Well, that was better. Really used the whip on the bar to help drive it up. Very solid on that one.
Right, so that puts her back on track. However, she's effectively one lift behind because she's taken 2 and Turieva of Russia's only taken 1. And Menrong has also only taken 1. So that first miss there by the Korean could cost her. Now, Goricheva. Remember, she missed 133. The bar has gone to 135.
I don't think this is going to contend for the medals overall. I think we've got better lifters that are going to push her just out of the medals.
Well, it's an 8 kilo increase from the 127 that she got at her first attempt. So this would take her to 242. It would put her into overall bronze and third also in the clean and jerk. Big question, though, for her, this.
Well, you can see the body shaking there. She's got to get it off her windpipe. Wow, that is one gutsy lifter. Can she stand still on the platform?
Yes, she can, and that is going to be given, I'm pretty sure.
Well, that is an incredible effort. I honestly thought she'd gone then, standing up out of the clean. Her whole body was shaking. Bar was close to the windpipe, but she managed to pull it out of the bag, managed to recover. What a gutsy effort. That's a lifter that's prepared to fight for it, and for those people back home want to see what a fight really is, that was it.
Well, she's amongst the medals for the moment, at least. Now have a look at this.
Her body is shaking like crazy there.
One of the things that helped her was the fact that she actually started with the bar a little bit further back on the platform, so she had more space to move forward. But that's a really great example of somebody wanting it, fighting for it, and ultimately rewarded with 3 white lights. Now, Deng Menrong, bar to 136, moderated. Now, 3 kilo increase to put it to 244 and to go into the lead by virtue of lighter body weight. Harder clean.
Very strong overhead. I'm just wondering The Chinese are not gambling anything here. I thought they would be going for a shot at an overall medal. It does put them in contention, but they're not really closing the gap like I'd like them to do.
You say that. I mean, she's in the lead overall. What they've done is used her lighter body weight. They've been, you could say, a little bit conservative. They took a 3 kilo increase, but now they have to watch and wait and see what the likes of the Russian lifter.
Turieva's out on the platform now for her second attempt with 137.
And this is a 5 kilo increase to take it to 249. Will they catch her if she gets this?
This is really going to throw the gauntlet down if she does.
130, her personal best.
Superb overhead, just needs to bring the feet in line, which she does.
And waits for the buzzer, and the job is completed.
Well, if she's going to lose that gold medal, that's going to take a lifter to be shifting somewhere in excess of 140. That really is now going to ask the question of the rest of the competition. Come on, girls, what else have you got?
So what you're seeing with Turieva is a 21-year-old making rapid progress.
Jo Pok Hwang, People's Republic of Korea, has gone for it, 140.
That season that she had lifting at 69 kilos, how much might that have helped her? Because, you know, she wasn't losing, she was achieving. She was junior European champion.
You know, you increase that kind of body weight, it gives you more protection around the joints, it gives you more muscle mass. If you can adapt that muscle mass and turn it into good weight, then, you know, you've got a massive advantage.
Well, there's the state of play, and as you can see, Jo Pok Hwang has asked for 140 kilos on the bar. She's sitting at the moment on 244, and this will take her to 249, but it will only move her up into second place.
She needs 141 is what she needs, not a 140. I don't know if the coach has made a mistake here. This 140 will not take the lead overall.
No, it will only put her into silver medal position.
For the sake of 1 kilo, you've got to have a go, surely.
Well, it'll put her into first place in the clean and jerk, but surely that's not the prize they're after. This, of course, is her last attempt. There are no more for her. Have they got the maths wrong? We think they might. But maybe, Michaela, they know better than us, and this is her limit. They should know better than us.
The difference between 140 and 141 is purely psychological. I think they've made a mistake there, big mistake. Yep, great lifting, 140, faultless clean and jerk, but it's not enough for the gold medal. Still leaves the Russian out in front by virtue of lighter body weight.
And Turieva wanted to take 140, which would take her to 252. World record for the total is 257, set by Liu Hexia of China. But this is essentially to make absolutely sure. And how valuable that advantage from the snatch phase now. Come on, fight for it. And
she's got it. The others aren't going to catch her. I cannot see anybody else trying to catch that. Just jumping ahead of myself here. Nokieva of Belarus has just gone for it. 141 is the weight that she's opted. This will be to try and take the scalp from China in the hope that China miss her third attempt.
Well, you cannot complain, can you?
Absolutely superb.
A 6 out of 6 set.
That's what you dream of coming into a World Champs. 6 out of 6, World Champion. I hope I'm not jumping too soon at this, but we've got Nakiava, Belarus, coming out now for a 1:41. This will be good enough to put her into...
Only 4th place in the total, but it's the gold for the clean and jerk, which she could take away from the Russian. I don't think the Russian will be too worried about that. But it's not to be in any case. And Novikova ends up at the moment in 5th place, which is where she's going to stay, and she misses out on the medals in the clean and jerk, stays 4th there. And so just the one lift to go, and it's for Deng Meng Rong, who's looking to take a 5 kilo increase, and she's looking to go to 249 and win this by virtue of lighter body weight. It's not impossible, but on all the records we have for her, she's never been up to this weight. And this is more than she lifted in the national games, by 3 kilos.
So for the gold in the clean and jerk and the silver overall, that to me is an adjustment. She's gone, put the bar down.
No.
Trying to get it off a windpipe. Oh, wow.
A lot of courage.
So the bar was on a windpipe there, cuts off the oxygen to the brain. You could see her fighting to stand still and get the oxygen back in. That was a gutsy effort, not to be.
Not to be, and it's Russia's title here. Tima Turieva has really announced herself on the world stage, and she is the champion. The overall silver medalist is Jo Pok Hwang from the People's Republic of Korea, and the bronze goes to Deng Meng Rong of China. Oof, that was so close.
Ooh, at least she got out of the way of that one. I've seen lifters not get out of the way. Lucky there, very lucky.
Not exactly a first-class job by her coaching team. They didn't help her in the first place by rushing her onto the stage for the first attempt. But take nothing away from the Russian, 21 years of age, a lifter who over the past couple of seasons has won the junior world title at 63 kilos, then went on to win the junior European title at 69 kilos. That was last year. Now reverting down to 63 kilos and becoming the elite senior champion of the world at this body weight. And she's done it with 6 out of 6. You can see 3 good snatch attempts, 3 good clean and jerk attempts. You have to say she utterly deserves it for what she's done.
Faultless performance today, absolutely superb. 6 out of 6. What more can you ask?
And of course the Russians will become more evident, more dominant as we move through the heavier weight categories. They are the top European nation overall, and of course this will put tremendous spirit into the camp. There's the Mongolian finishing off in 11th place. Well, she got a total, but she only got 2 out of 6 attempts. But Sergei Surtsov there on the right, the president of the Russian Weightlifting Federation. And there the final results. She wins it there by, as you can see, 3 kilos, with Deng Meng Rong of China taking the bronze, and Karina Goricheva, that gutsy last attempt by her to get the 135, well, it keeps her in 4th place. And 2:42 for Goricheva, that is a heck of a new personal best for her. So she may not have got the medals to take home, but she's got a lot of confidence from what she's done today to build on.
Absolutely, this is going to be a big step in the right direction for her. Leave here feeling full of confidence.
And Emily Godley there for Great Britain, 186 kilos. So there, the measure of what she's up against over the years to come. However, I'm sure that the British contingent will know that this was an important piece of her education, particularly looking forward to her main target of the next 12 months, which is the Commonwealth Games.